is a diversified firm specializing in recycled aggregates and crushed concrete. SocratesGarrettENC.com's recycled materials provide the construction industry with significant economic and environmental benefits by recycling clean concrete rubble into MDOT grade rock materials. Recycled aggregates and crushed concrete can be applied to driveways, road construction, bank protection, parking lots, general bulk fills, and more. For more information, please call 601-896-0084 or visit us online at SocratesGarrettENC.com.
But go ahead, sir.
Well, I tell you one thing. We've been expecting the rain all day, especially with the day being election day. It was something that a lot of people this morning woke up and went and voted early, and a lot of people didn't go vote at all because they thought they was going to get stuck in this thunderstorm because tornadoes was expected and all kind of things. But as of now, had anything happened, Brent?
No, but it's coming supposedly.
You think so?
It's scared some people. But no, the storm that has hit. Mm-hmm. Now let me go ahead and say this. My sources said that Dion and Georgia Tech was going to happen. My sources were incredibly wrong.
I told you your sources were wrong.
I don't remember you saying that.
I told you day one Georgia Tech would never be in the running.
Once again, we're going to have to pull up some video and check that. But yeah. Colorado's on the table.
Yeah, Memphis is on the table.
Memphis?
Yes.
South Florida's on the table.
South Florida's on the table. What would you, if you was him, who would you choose out of those three?
I've always thought South Florida was
Man, South Florida not a football program.
Cousin.
They got a hell of a facility though.
Okay, that's not that. UCF, FAU, Florida Atlantic, UCF. I think Florida Atlantic is out. Florida International. Mm-hmm. Those are three of the top biggest student body populations or campuses. Or
really?
Yes, enrollments, whatever you want to call it.
Well, that's close to Tampa too. He would kill with recruiting in Florida.
Well, see, Tampa, South Florida, UCF, they call it University Disney. I want to get this straight.
University, yeah, I've heard.
USF is University Outback, which is University Glazer, which is the guys who own the Buccaneers in Madrid and soccer team, Real Madrid, Real Madrid. So you've got campuses and student body population. Why it's not hit now, that alumni base of 90,000 people coming through there every 4 years is going to explode.
With Dion there?
Well, anybody. It's the right team there.
Winning. It's going to be like Miami was in the 80s.
Well, Miami's 14,000 people. These are 90,000. But now a lot of them commute.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, and then 2 or 3, you're in South Florida. You ain't gonna get better talent.
Yeah,
South Florida. Yeah. So I mean, Miami. I mean, Miami's not Miami because of UCF and USF.
Yeah.
Florida State ain't Florida State because of those programs.
Did you see the Florida State and Florida game?
Yeah. So
man. Yeah. It's good talent in Florida.
Yeah. But it's one of those. Exactly. So, I mean, to him, if you're going there for 10, 15 years, USF, you can go to Colorado. Now, like, I don't think you can pass up a Pac-12 job.
No.
I don't think you can.
No, they small. This program is humongous. It's bigger than the whole SWAC.
And it's now what's going to be interesting is this: USC, Southern California, and UCLA is going to Big Ten.
They're jumping
to Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah. So now that Pac-12 is going to be.
But I don't know how they're going to play in that weather though. Man, you cannot sit no USC to Wisconsin or Ohio State in November, December.
That's exactly, I told someone last week.
That would never work.
You're going to have that recruiting base open up for Colorado and Oregon and Stanford.
Yeah, they're West Coast boys. They ain't going to say, I'm not going to play in the cold.
Well, not only that, people forget Nebraska. One of the things that happened to Nebraska was they grew up playing Texas, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And when they started playing Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio State, people in Texas I don't give a damn.
They didn't go to the
game. And
Nebraska died.
Correct.
Yeah, that team, they had a great program. They had one of the best coaches to ever coach, Tyrone Frazier, which is from Clinton, Mississippi. His family is.
Yeah.
He played their quarterback and did some big things.
Oh, yes.
But guess what? They made the jump. The program died.
Totally.
I don't believe they could be USM.
It'd be competitive. USM snuck into a bowl game. They've had a sneaky good season. So,
yeah, but they not what they used to be.
Oh, no.
But Jeff Bowers were there. Ole Miss and Mississippi State would not play them.
Well, no, I mean, there's nothing to win playing them because, if you beat them, you're supposed to beat them. If they beat you, it kills you. It kills your recruiting.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what people don't understand is so much talent is Mississippi that's not developed correctly because of a lack of weight program, lack of facilities. So you can
overweight, underweight.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff if you get here. And it's the same reason baseball is so big here.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of talent, just not a lot of development.
I'm glad you brought that up about that talent. I believe Mississippi High School Activity Association is really responsible for the children in Mississippi not progressing to become the athletes that Mississippi State, Ole Miss, USM, Jackson State, and Alcorn really could have. Like Florida have invested into their athletes and their programs.
But
Mississippi have not done what they should do in order to have. We got athletes that's naturally good, but we never developed and trained children and had programs to get them ready for the next level.
Why is that?
Because
I know the answer.
I know the answer too, but I don't want to say it.
It's cause of segregation in academy.
Yeah. When Enos Proctor was over Mississippi High School Activity Association, he had his choices and picks. Then when the guy they got now, I understand he's down there fooling with the referees. Well, they got a big mess now with the Mississippi High School and the referee association that they probably gonna need a lawyer on.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything about that.
But I'm saying it would hurt the kid though.
Well, no, I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's the reality is that. Let's be honest, and let's take Pearl. Pearl, when I first got here, was mostly redneck. Would that be fair to say?
Oh, well, Pearl's still redneck.
Well, yeah, but they didn't win that state championships with Billy Joe.
They have always had good black athletes.
Yeah.
Track teams.
Yes.
And they had a family one time, the Taylors.
Well, I was going to say George Kirsch.
Yeah, Kirsch.
They
had the Taylor family. Yeah. They had a girl, Pearl had Eric Washington played at Alabama.
Yeah.
They had the Taylor guys. These guys were phenomenal high school ball players. All of them went to Jack State and ran track. And they went big, in track. Yeah. So they really have done good with black in their community.
But what I'm saying is you got to have at least some African-American athletes.
Oh, yeah.
You can't win with a bunch of white boys.
No. Well,
no, you can't
win. Some leagues can.
No. Let's kill that.
You used to win in private school with a bunch of white boys.
Well, private school was nothing but white boys.
Jackson Prep came along. So I tell you what, we give them scholarships to.
Come on over here.
When pro behind season over, you come on
over here. Well, no, I'll tell you what Prep used to do for years. They would go to the public schools and look for the good white kids.
Really?
Yes. And then they would be like, Rocky Wilkins was one of those kids at MRA.
Could he play ball, man?
Rocky could hoop.
I heard his dad. You know what? When Rocky was a little boy, Mr. Sam used to bring him to the high school basketball games back when Merle had James Robinson, Ryan Lartich, Ronnie Henderson. He used to come. Yeah. And then he started bringing his grandson later once Rocky got older. Yeah. But you got to be on to something because I remember Rocky used to literally his dad would bring him to the basketball game.
And the academies would look for the good quote unquote white public school athletes. Now let me go ahead and clarify something.
Yeah.
He wasn't your boy. Okay, let's just clarify that because we might have had a few games that Ole Miss pick up, but just to set the record straight, Mr. Wilkins. But you look confused. You catching what I'm
hearing you.
Okay, you're not believing your boy.
I'm hearing you.
Wow, I'm going to bring up some witnesses. I'm going to have to bring up some witnesses from Oxford. Now, with that said, the issue was. like you said, at some point, Jackson, I don't know if it was Jackson Prep, but someone said, hey, man, forget these white boys. Go get me some black players.
Man, you got to have them.
We going to win this thing. Now, let me tell you one.
Anything to win.
One of the first, though, and it wasn't this couple years ago when Greenville Christian got a family out of Greenville.
I remember that.
And they played basketball. There was 3 of them, and this was after I was gone. They came down here and destroyed Academy because they just grew up playing with each other. And then everybody started kind of looking around. And now, like
they went undefeated, didn't they?
Yeah. They were smoking people. Yeah. But what happens now is, back to our point, though, you look at your Oxford High, you look at your Tupelo High, you look at your Madison Central, you look at your Brandon. You don't have a real
Starkville.
Yeah.
They got 7A next year.
Correct.
Yeah. And you know what that is, right? It's just really the SEC of high school.
Correct.
Yeah, the white top money maker school that's going to sell out the crowds. Then we don't have to play the Vicksburgs no more. We don't have to play the Callaways no more. We don't have to play Ridgeland no more.
Yeah, but what it is, though, you have the community leaders donating.
Yeah. See, yeah.
Oh, and then you have you under the
Chambers
community.
of Commerce.
Yes, you have, and I mean that's like you're talking about. These schools not only recruit. They have booster, you'll walk through, Brandon. When Brandon just built their stuff, I went out there and said, how much y'all got in this field? They said $4 million.
Yeah.
And I looked at them, I was like.
And they got real turf.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then what's that going to do? Let's say you're not recruiting.
You're going to want to play there.
Exactly.
My child playing where the doctors at on the sidelines, where the turf is there.
Where the college coaches are going to come.
Yeah.
And like you said so many times, I'm coming to see you, and
That's
they notice
why I'm glad
me.
Clinton believe in education over
Totally.
sports. Yeah. And Clinton would tell you quick, Brent Hazzard could be the best three-point shooter in the county. If he's a dumbass, he would not play on Clinton team. He would have to sit out until he gets his academics right. Well, I have saw Clinton do it.
Well, let me go ahead and hit this up. This is something you don't know about, Malcolm, and let me go ahead and speak for this. We used to call it academy-itis.
Yeah.
We'd go play street ball, or we'd go out there with the players, and let me go ahead and tell you this. These are the ones who set me in reality. There was a cat who played for the Cardinals, led the SEC in sacks, and came out of Greenville High, called Wesley Leasy. Wesley they called Predator because when he got there, and I used to go against Wesley and pick up ball, and I was 225. I was a tank. Wesley would take me and just move me. He turned down a Miami Hurricane scholarship in '91. He was a beast. And white boys or certain people need to understand. You might want to start studying, Mr. Hazard, because you ain't a professional athlete.
And your parents thought you was the next thing.
Oh no! My dad kind of hated sports. My dad was like, why don't you start working, boy? Because my dad didn't play sports. He just worked all his life.
He didn't understand.
Oh no! He thought I was just I had 4 knee injuries, but yes, you see these academy kids pump themselves up, and their parents pump themselves up. And a friend of mine at Ole Miss used to say, hey man, you academy boys look good in shorts and helmets, but we putting pads on next week.
Oh man!
And then reality hits.
Yes, sir.
And maybe somebody needs to study to be a doctor.
People quit coming to practice.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. There was a kid. He's a coach now. He's a great little athlete. Billy Brewer told him after 8 concussions, you got to stop.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, what I'm saying is. Would you tell me this? Because what we could be talking about is academies. We could be talking about all women's colleges. We could be talking about HBCUs.
Yeah.
Is it better for you to go in an environment where you can flourish in a smaller or in a
competitive?
Well, no, in a cultured environment where you're going to say we're going to specialize and let's take race out of it. Women.
Yeah.
The argument for women going to a women's school is they get dominated when there's men or males in the classroom, just because of sexist stereotypes. Some women aren't given a fair chance if they go to Spelman, or if they go to maybe the W, which is not all women.
Development and training
that the women will have an opportunity to be leaders, where maybe they weren't having that opportunity. Or is it better to say, here's how the world is,
at 678
and you might as well jump in this big pond and learn how to swim now as soon as you can. Which one would you go? Because that's the same argument for a Millsaps or an MC.
A Belhaven.
Yeah.
Well, this is what I believe in. I believe that athletics is not promised.
No, I'm talking about academics now.
No,
Okay.
I'm talking about, but I'm saying you should go where you should put your child where your child can be successful.
Yes, but what I see all the time.
You know what I say?
I heard what you
Yeah, you
said.
should always put your children or your child.
But if they're being
Just like when you was a little boy, right? Your mom put you at Ole Miss, right?
Oh no,
Listen.
You tell me what happened in my family. I'll tell you exactly what happened to my family.
What happened?
Okay,
Did
Dad.
they choose or you chose?
Oh, I chose. My dad. No, I'll tell you why. My dad went to school for 12 years at night school and then got a degree at Delta State. One course at a time, paid for it for himself. His dad died at 18. My mom married my dad. She went to the to University of Arkansas, Delta State, and dropped out as a sophomore.
Wow.
My family, while we had money, they did not know about academics. So I
didn't understand that.
Yeah, well, they didn't know about going
Now,
to college.
where did your family get their money from?
Towboats. We were river rats.
Okay, so y'all didn't get it the wrong way.
Oh no. What's the wrong way?
Well, you know,
sir?
back in those days, while a lot of white families had sharecrop land and
Oh no, we were
still, tell the black man if you pick a pound of cotton, you get 10 bits, and then you was 1 ounce away from, and then they had to pay them. You heard about that?
Oh yeah, yeah. But no, I'll tell you. See,
Then they go sell the cotton for 30 cents, and then they give a 5 cent per pound. And then just take. So you didn't get rich like that.
Oh no!
Okay.
Because here's
Don't
the
take it the wrong way.
No. And I mean, there's no doubt there's 400 years of oppression in Mississippi, so you have to recognize that. But the reality of the situation with my family was my grandmother would beat my ass for saying this. We were rednecks, and what I'm saying is,
you don't look like no redneck.
Oh, and see, this is what's different. River folks, and this is not being critical of anybody in the state, but in the 1800s to a certain degree, whether it's paddle boats and the reason I think we need to get into this is what's missing from Mississippi and what we can add to it. But if you were going from Memphis to New Orleans, you were stopping 3 basic places, but I would say mostly 2. You couldn't get there in one day. So either if you're traveling by horse or old car or by river, you had to go to Vicksburg or Greenville.
Greenville, yeah.
And what would happen is
Natchez.
Yeah, Natchez was my 3rd place. But usually, if you got that far down, you would go ahead and
hit New Orleans.
Yeah,
Baton Rouge, New Orleans. Yeah.
But to be fair to Natchez, that's why it was so advanced. And what would happen though is you would have people traveling, and they would stop at the hotel or something, and hey, I got this idea. Oh, you're doing that up in Memphis. Oh, they're doing that in New Orleans now. And that would transition to better shops, better stores than maybe somewhere like Smith County that didn't have that type of travelers back then. But when interstates happened and when commercial flying got cheap, that's why Greenville and the Delta's drying up.
Yeah.
But with all that said, we just worked constantly and we had money. But here's what people, and this is another reason I hate the small school, whether it be all women's, Millsaps, or whatever like that.
College.
It's the textbooks are the same. You know, you graduate from a 4.0 from JSU, Alcorn, Delta State, Ole Miss, you're not going to have that much difference. I'll tell you the difference you're going to have. Who you date and what their parents do, and who you're going to know and who you're going to interview with. Because I learned...
And you're a smart guy, bro.
Wait, you don't go to college to learn. You go to college to learn how to live on your own. Yeah. And you go to college to network.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then
married or white wrong, right?
That's it. Yeah. No, and then say, and that's what kills me. And I mean, let's go ahead and talk about it. I guess we're gonna have to fix the air in the break. Did I take that? It used to be right there. Is it? You're good. But what would happen is they would sit there, and if you're at Harvard, and we're talking about the Harvard-Yale game, and you scored the winning touchdown.
You could marry any girl at the school.
Well, not that, man. Come on in here, man. Come interview, man. Yeah. Or we're just talking about that game. That's an icebreaker. Yeah. Or if we're at the game and I meet you and you own a company and I'm trying to get, man, I know Hazzard to get Hazzard. People do not understand how valuable that is, not socially, but also this, and this is what I learned in my law practice. I can go to New York and beat New York attorneys. I can go to D.C. and beat D.C. attorneys. Here's what you can't do. If they hire someone from Ole Miss and they're from Harvard and they have a Harvard degree, they've just discounted their own degree. Think about that.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. When you go to New York, New Yorkers will let you know you ain't from here.
Yeah.
Mississippi, we don't do that.
We open the door wide open.
Well, not only that, we too busy fighting amongst themselves, and
Yeah.
I've heard you say the crab bucket mentality.
Oh, that's it.
But it's really not. It's the stupid backwoods mentality. Because, like I said, I see it white, blacks, yellows, instead of promoting shows or cross-promoting or whatever we need to
promote
do.
me, I promote you.
Correct. And if you go well, and you're here, and your show's taking off, then maybe someone comes over and watches me.
Yeah, but look, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
And I know you're a scholar and probably one of the smartest people in the state of Mississippi.
Easy now.
One of the smartest that ever come out of Washington County. How that sound?
Okay.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Do you know your Mississippi history?
I know a little bit.
All right. What was the first state capital of Mississippi when the state was formed?
Is it Natchez?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking
You
you.
went to Ole Miss and don't know where the hell the first Mississippi state capital was?
No, is someone about to shoot
It
us?
was Clinton, Raymond, and Vicksburg. Those were the three choices. But what happened was
It must be
interstates-
Clinton.
Well, it was Clinton, Raymond, and Vicksburg. Those were
In
the
that
choices.
order.
But the real thing come over Jackson was what you said about interstate. 55, 20.
But that was 1955 when they were doing that.
Yeah, but that was that was 1855.
They didn't have interstates in 1855.
What years did interstates come in?
You're gonna
But you need to read the history on what you're saying about the. You were just talking about the interstate.
Oh no, not interstates. To me, the interstates came in with the New Deal under FDR.
But I'm saying that was like you were saying. Mississippi state capital was Raymond. I believe Raymond was the first.
They say 1956 was when interstates hit.
All right, find out what towns in Mississippi was the first cities that was considered to be the state capital of the state.
Well,
of
you're talking
Mississippi.
about 1800s then.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, but I'm just saying, but 1800s.
Yeah, but I'm saying we talking about Mississippi and how thrown off we are.
But what I'm saying is also what what never gets addressed.
That'd be your homework.
Oh no, I'll look it up now. I can I mean, I guess your phone don't work over there.
Well, mine works sometimes.
But no, what happens is this: is that a lot of things that are confused, that get claimed to be white privilege, is agriculture. And while I understand, do you think we'd be as racist as we are, or our history is, if we didn't have an agricultural background? Because you look at New York, or let me ask you this: why do you believe that the South is the most racist part? Is the South?
The South is the most racist because during the Civil War, the mentality of the South was slavery, cotton picking.
Correct. Agriculture.
You and your family could stay on my place, but you had to raise pigs and cows and chickens to survive, but I give you somewhere to stay.
But what I'm saying is that because the rednecks or the white people in the South are more racist?
That's the mentality.
Or is that because we were in the agricultural business and you could not succeed as agriculture?
You could not succeed in agriculture business without people picking cotton.
Correct.
Without people, not just cotton, it's a lot more, soybeans and other things that, and Mississippi still leading the country in cotton picking.
And that's what I'm saying. If we recognize that and say, look, we're not trying to put farmers out of business, and we're about to have to take a break, but we recognize that, and we're trying to put the problem I see with agriculture is that no one's ever going to be a manager making $100,000, or no one's going to be able to leave this farm like you could leave a Walmart or Target.
Now I'm going to say this now.
Go ahead.
The reason a lot of the white people are more advanced in farmers because they know how to get the grants through federal
totally.
And the black farmers never learned it.
But
and then when the black farmers learned how to get those grants, they changed the rules. Where you had to go with the red tape game. Well, you got 17 acres of land. Last year you had to have 18 acres of land in order to get federal.
Well, no, that to me, we got a category of murder, ag assault, and things over here for civil rights violation.
Yeah.
But the real racism
It's the government.
What the economic system. And that's why I'm saying the easiest you can get into the room, and the easiest to say what's the rules for him.
Yeah.
And unless we all get in the room and understand that, but then it gets back to that small town mentality, the crab bucket mentality. That if I'm holding you down, I'm
gonna come up. It's a line thing, but that's not true.
But that's not true in 2022.
But you know what though, Brett? I heard to keep the stamp say this for several years. You know what his statement was?
What?
Before we go to the break, all white people not bad, all black people not good. All black people not good, and all white people not bad. People are people, just some good people, and there's some bad people.
Oh yeah, I hate everybody. But we're gonna come back after this break. We'll be right back.
I hate everybody.
Everybody.
Oh man, you sound like Trump.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1. Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global. Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1. Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global.
We are back with the Brent and Malcolm show. Now, one of the things that got in the news I want to get into, let's get when you brought it up. Over the weekend, our friend Kingfish, and if you're not watching Jackson Jambalaya reading it, it's a great read. Kingfish is a little bit more conservative.
Oh, very much.
Now, wait a minute. Now, we're not going to get into all the details because you two have mended bridges, but you and Kingfish used to go at it a little bit.
Yeah, Kingfish, I go at it with him now. We're going to have the same opinion. But he's Kingfish.
Well, I mean, would you not say that's probably the best source of local? Where do you get your local information? I go to Jackson Jambalaya first.
Well,
and his base though is Madison and Rankin Republican because that's who advertises.
Most of the time, if Kingfish posted some black and white somewhere, because he's not gonna post happy birthday if he don't.
Now I disagree with that.
No.
He posts.
He gonna post
shows. He posts. He's a big movie guy. For those who don't know,
LSU fan,
big on dogs.
Yeah.
He loves it, but he knows his.
I tell you one thing, he been quiet on Rudy Warnock though.
No, he posted it. That's what I
He got quiet on it though. He didn't go too deep.
And for those, what are you talking about?
Up in Madison County when some of the board aldermen was indicted.
And
some attorneys and some contractors.
And Canton.
Yeah, Canton, Mississippi was this. I hate to say this, man. Canton probably is in worse shape than Jackson, bro.
I disagree on that.
An election commissioner, a board alderman, And these people just, it's simple as 1, 2, 3.
I really like the mayor up there.
Right.
I really like Truly. Dr. Truly's class.
He's a stand-up guy, bro.
And I think he sees future just based on him being early to marijuana. He was early to marijuana when a lot of people were not. But
yeah, he was my family doctor in Canton for
was
several.
he?
Yeah, my auntie them several. You know, my aunt them, all them like 80 years old, and he was their doctor when he first became a doctor.
I met him.
He was the town's doctor.
Everything.
The gynecologist, the OBYGN.
Everything.
He was the tooth fairy. I mean, what you call it? The dentist.
Dentist.
Yeah, he was everything up there in Canton, man.
I met him through some great attorneys named the Gibsons, Charles Gibson and Gigi Gibson. But I've never, I didn't know him professionally. I've had lunch with him a couple times. He's just a super nice guy.
Yeah, great
and
guy.
someone you can tell. Well, let me ask you this, and this might be a racist thing. I can sit there and see a Dr. Truly, or I can sit there and see certain people, like you said, that have. To me, you can tell they're 10 times what they're supposed to be, and it's because they've had to encounter racism to get. They've had to overcome so much. Is that a fair statement or not? Or do you believe?
Well, it is what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, everybody know Toe Bridge. Before Toe Bridge, the sheriff of Madison County ran.
Yeah.
So it ain't no secret on that. But I can say this right here: a house and property in Canton is worth more than a house and a property in Jackson.
Of course.
Okay.
No,
So what did that mean? They did something right.
Yeah. That's also Nissan.
Yeah, well, Nissan, but it ain't just Nissan.
Yeah.
It's also out. The property value is much higher.
No, Madison
Why
County.
do you think Deion Sanders moved to Canton?
Hey, Madison County is the way to live.
Yeah.
Is Dion in Canton or is he in Madison?
He's right outside of Canton.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's in Madison.
He's right outside of Florida.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But I have no idea where. I would not give out the address. Now let's go to what you were talking about.
Yeah.
It came out on Jackson Jambalaya. My ex co-host allegedly Polo during the probable cause hearing. He went over to the victim's house, or not the victim's house, but the woman's house where the victim was.
That's right.
And cut video cameras
The day before. Premeditated.
That would take that from a crime of passion, and a crime of passion is if I come home and you're with my wife and you're all having sex in my bed.
Oh, wow.
That I snap and I kill everybody.
Yeah.
There's a defense.
Would you
there.
do that?
No, I
If you
just
caught a guy in your
leave. I just leave.
Man, tell some
Cousin, I've been there.
Super talk boy.
Cousin,
This Malcolm Johnson.
Cousin, I'm telling you, I never understood.
If you came home and your white wife was in the bed with a black guy.
Why you gotta be race there? Why are you putting race in the mix? Like I would get I would get mad. So I'd be okay with a white guy, but I wouldn't be okay with a black guy.
You can forgive him.
Oh my God. Hey Ted, go ahead and finish. I'll be in the kitchen making us tea. What the hell? No, I mean, look, let me go ahead and say this.
Fred, you're going to hell, man.
Well, you're like, Chad, go ahead.
But if you came in your house and Kenny Stokes was on top of your wife, you would say,
wow, you going Kenny Stokes.
Say Kenny
Why?
You couldn't take it, man.
First of all,
Socrates Gary was up in your house. What would you do, man? You would have 2 guns. Boom, boom, boom.
Here's the reality of the situation.
We just joking now. This is all. I never know Council Stokes is still out, boy. Now he gonna raise hell.
Whoa, that's your problem.
Yeah,
hey,
he's
Mr.
not that kind of
Stokes,
guy,
that's Malcolm Johnson. This is Brent Hazzard. I didn't put your name in this garbage. But you and Judge Stokes, that's Malcolm Johnson there.
That's right. But you know you would be different.
No. Well, no, because I'll tell you why. And look, this is the closest I've come to
You look like one of the most sneaky guys. You know when them guys come through the window when the guy work at night and
the other guy?
Yeah, the other guy.
I've been the other guy more times I've been cheated on.
You look like a Jody, a white Jody.
I don't know who you're talking about right now. I have no idea who you're talking about. No, but for whatever reason in college, no one wanted to date me, but him. Yeah. You'd be like, well, Malcolm cheated on me, so you can, and you go.
But you telling him.
You go through that a little bit, and then you realize,
that ain't the life I want.
Yeah, exactly. What would happen is, you think you're special, you think you guys, and then you realize, I don't have anybody at Christmas, I don't have anybody on a date. I'm the other guy. And you're like, this sucks. But back to your question though, at 18 years old, I met the quote unquote baddest person at Ole Miss.
Wow.
And he played football, then he went to the Marine Corps, and then he came back to teach. And some badasses I knew on the team said that's the baddest. We were playing basketball with him. We got to know each other. I was 18. He said, "Come on in. Let's get some water at my apartment." We walk in, and his girlfriend that he lived with was on his bed
with another man. And you got a chance to see him in his bed.
He sat there and said, first of all, he's 6'4", 250. I was 6'6", 235. This guy's 5'8". He sees us walk in, and he runs, and he goes butt naked out the apartment door.
Oh, my God.
And she looks at him, and he goes, here's what's going to happen. Because I'm like, I'm going to have to tackle this guy. Oh, yeah. I go, I'm going to tackle this guy because he's going to kill these people. And he goes, y'all going to get dressed. And you're moving out today. I'm going to go finish playing ball with Hazzard. We'll be back. I'm spitting mad. I'm going to be back at 5, and you're going to be gone.
So when you saw her next time, you looked at her like, hey, what's up?
We turned. She ran to the kitchen table. This was an apartment.
Yeah.
Grabbed a glass. Yep.
And hit him in the head.
Hit him right there.
Oh, my God.
Gave him 16 stitches, and we thought he put his eye out. I had to take him to the ER.
And he caught her doing wrong.
Called her doing wrong.
You know, you have to be careful.
And what I'm saying is this. He called before cell phones. He's on the phone with his mama getting his eyes stitched saying there ain't no glass and it's okay. His mama's screaming at him, I hate that whore. You better beat that whore's ass. Oh, man. I'm sitting there. We go out that night.
He's saying, Father, I stretch my hands to thee. Hope he don't
Cousin. I was doing everything I could. He saw that crew again. Guy, girl, he saw them, and he had like 4 boys. And I guess the guy thought he had backup with 5. He took all 5 out. I didn't even do anything. Let's just say I had to tear him off the woman.
Wow.
And anyway, with all that said,
that's a shame, bro.
No, but I learned at that moment, nothing's worth that. And I've had to have conversations with people where I said, whoa, because
so you're saying the bottom line polo. It wasn't worth what Bolo.
Oh, hell no. You think, okay, let me ask you this. Is any woman worth you spend the rest of your life? You're how old, sir?
Right at 45.
I am 50 now.
Okay.
I've got about 20 more good years left in me. About 20, 25, average. I'm not spending that in parchment for a woman. There's no one out there. Now, it's different.
Polo was a little different because this wasn't even his woman.
Well, let me go ahead and put it out there. Here's the deal.
That's what they said in court. That she showed the court that the paper said she was not his woman.
Well, let me say this. That Tuesday before it happened, he was on this show, drove her car up here.
That don't make her your woman.
Once again, I'm just telling you.
Let me say this what Brent did. Last Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, we done a radio show, right?
Okay, yes.
Brent Hazzard donated turkeys to people in the community. Am I right?
Well, you were you also.
Okay, that's right. All right, you gave me turkeys to put in people's hands. And then when we run out so quick, you went and bought more turkeys.
Let me go ahead and tell you what. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Your turkeys, right?
Yeah, but
that don't make me your boyfriend because I can't win your damn turkey now. And I'm talking about a frozen turkey.
But Overseer, DJ, producer Overseer from WNPR, he helped us hand out some. But no, this is what happened. Go ahead and tell them how you didn't meet in the grocery store. We ran out of turkeys at WNPR. And there was a couple people we wanted to make sure get turkeys.
That's right.
So I said, man, come over here to that grocery store. I'll buy a couple more.
Yeah.
Then Overseer said a couple more people were coming.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that. We were walking up there, and by the time we were filling up baskets, I said, I'll get me 2 or 3 more.
Yeah.
Hell, man, another 10 or another 8. And you came in there and said, don't get mad at me, Hazzard. You're the one told me. And I wasn't mad at you. But every time we started naming people, well, we got to get one for this preacher. We got to get one for old man Jones. Or we got to, Widow Johnson needs one.
Oh, my God.
And I was sitting there thinking, I'm going broke.
Yeah.
And then what you didn't know is
what did I say? I said, I didn't tell you.
No. You're like, don't yell at me.
Put that damn turkey
Don't
in
yell at me. But see, this is what you didn't know. I knew my birthday was Saturday.
Really?
50 years old.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I wish you a happy birthday on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I had flying in from Dallas to meet me in New Orleans.
Wow.
And she wasn't flying in for free. I know what she was going to cost me.
So you had turkey and dressing.
I'm just saying, let me tell you how that evening, we had a wonderful weekend. I used to go out with her a little bit, but we were in
we
were in the Louis Vuitton store in New Orleans.
On Canal Street.
On Canal
I've been in there about 8 times.
Oh, well, you've been in there 7 more
I got
times.
robbed in there.
Does it? She's looking at shoes.
Wow.
Sneakers at Louis Vuitton. You know what they go for?
Yeah, I know.
$1,200.
Yeah, I know.
And I was like,
and that's New Orleans, so think about this in Paris. Paris and Hollywood.
I looked at her, I said, you can put that down. Ain't
You
no
didn't
way.
say that, man.
Yeah, because
I don't believe that.
Wait,
This Malcolm Johnson now.
you spending $1,200 on a pair of sneakers.
Man, this is Malcolm Johnson.
I tell you, I can get on the phone. Because I told her, I said, you can get some sunglasses,
Now, see,
or we can go to Saks
we
Fifth
just
Avenue.
got through talking about that. That's how Jodies get in those houses when guys don't want to spend $1,200 on a woman at the Louis Vuitton store. She should have said, Brent, we're at the Louis Vuitton store. You want to go to Payless? You know, they got Payless in New Orleans.
And once again,
They got a big ass
once
Payless.
again, and this is what she hits me with. After the credit card almost got the strip run off, I could have gone to TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
I said,
Now, why did you go there?
we can still go. You can take this crap back. Somehow they didn't go back.
Boy, you crazy.
Man,
So was it worth it?
Oh no! Look,
I mean, saying, with the $1,200 worth it? Was she worth the $1,200?
I didn't spend $1,200.
Well, you got the shoes.
I got the sunglasses. No, man, I ain't buying $1,200 worth of tennis shoes.
Man, you told the woman no.
No, it came out my mouth.
Brent.
No,
Brent, are you serious?
she didn't leave, cousin. I mean, she wasn't going anywhere.
I know what you told her.
I know what you
told her.
What I tell her?
You said, baby, I'm going to give you a gift card for Christmas.
No. I told her, go ahead and get those glasses.
Now, let me say what I would have did.
Go ahead.
If I would have been there, like I was with you in the grocery store, and you refused to buy it, I know she was pretty. If you flew her from Dallas to New Orleans to spend your birthday with you.
She ain't ugly.
I can figure. But listen, if I would have been there, I'd have said, Brent just bought $2,000 in turkeys for Elroy, Leroy,
Jimmy John.
people he don't even know and don't want to buy you
Anything.
these shoes.
Nothing.
I'd say, hold on, baby. You know what I'd have did? I went in my pocket, pulled out my card, and said, I'll buy it.
Hey, brother. Because I tell you what, you could have got the massage, the pedicure. You could have got all that at the Waldorf that we would say. Because she got all. I mean, it ain't like she got a bad deal.
Yeah, she didn't get a bad deal.
Shoot.
So, Brent, back to Polo.
Go ahead.
Polo.
Allegedly.
Oh,
wait.
I was in the courtroom.
We got sirens.
This Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's regular.
yeah.
We had 3 murders last night. 2 on Clinton Boulevard and the one this morning about 4. So it's normal. What we need to pray for our city. But look, so Polo was back on the news last night.
Okay.
Your guy, your friend, your former friend.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Your former co-host show.
This is a bad thing about it. Growing up, you would never think you would be friends. I mean, I admit, some people in this studio, not you, I'm talking about other people who can appear on the show every now and then. I like Polo. And I know some bad people. I grew up with some bad people in Greenville because we led murder per capita in the 90s. And when you're playing,
they went crack cocaine.
Yeah, when you're playing street ball and there's some people,
they went crazy back then
with red on and blue on.
Yeah,
you know what nations they're representing.
Yeah.
But and I'm friends with both nations. Don't be coming after me. But I used to play pickup ball and people would scream ABAB and I was like, yeah, ABAB. And I turned to somebody and I go, what does AB mean? Brotherhood. You're Aryan Brotherhood, right? And I was like, ooh, killer, calm down. But no, I mean, you're not supposed to like murderers.
Oh.
Allegedly. I still
Bible say you're supposed to love everybody.
Yeah, I still like Polo.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you hear the facts alleged that he went over there tonight.
I was in court now. It wasn't no damn alleged.
Well, it's alleged until it goes to trial.
I heard the officer say they had the camera at 517 where he turned off the street in the 450. He went past the skating ring up 80 2.5 minutes later.
Was this Clinton PD? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
Clinton police. He was on the stand. I think it was a detective. And he gave the whole statement, bro. I mean, it was like, oh my God.
Oh,
people in the courtroom started breathing.
Did you ever see that side of him?
No,
I never did.
I thought Polo was a wannabe hustler.
I thought he was a hustler.
Trick.
I
Talk a good talk, but wouldn't walk the walk.
Yeah. We both know those people.
Yeah.
And I mean, let me go ahead and say some names since we're calling out names here today. Batman's now he's reformed.
Yeah.
But when Albert Donaldson walks in, he's one of those people where you're like, okay, things can get serious. When Smoke D walks in, he's a changed person.
Yeah. I knew him since the 90s.
Yeah, but when he walked in, you ain't gonna walk up and just slap Batman because bad things will happen, right?
Oh hell! I saw the man that slapped him one night at the club. What happened to him? They drug him out the back.
Well, Smoke D. Hey, Fred Smoke D.
We was at the MJGNA ball concert at what's that road? Country Club Road a long time ago, man. Some guy
thought he was
said the wrong thing.
Thought he was the guy.
Oh my God!
No.
But I feel a different spirit about it.
Totally changed. He's trying to do good things, but like I said,
but he's doing good things. He ain't trying.
But Smoke D's the same way. I ain't walking up and smacking Smoke D. Yeah. Polo.
Did you know? I believe that Smoke D was a member one time of one of the best rap groups in the country one time. UGK. This man was with Bond D, Pimp C, and Smoke D.
Yeah.
Before they grew up, before they blew up. When they used to come to Jackson, and I was fortunate enough to be here. I was fortunate enough to be around in those days, like in 91, 92 days when I was young, and those guys really was doing underground rapping at Club Volcano.
Yeah.
And he was one of the the originators, really like a rap. He left for a long time.
They're doing some
and while he was gone, I think he did a couple songs from the jail.
He's trying to get paid on one.
Yeah.
But it's one of those deals like when you see those two guys, I tell people all the time, hey man, this thing can go south, but if it goes south, someone's gonna hit the floor because these.
And I never saw it in Polo though.
Never. No, and that's the hardest thing for me to.
But he was a line guy, bro. That guy can make up lies, bro. And you know what? He lied so much he started believing the lies, Brent.
Obviously,
Brent, he started believing. It was that woman in love him.
Well, cousin, you and I, look, let me go ahead and say
this. He started believing she loved him, man.
We'll end this. We'll end it on this.
Yes, all right. You don't want to talk about this?
No, I'll talk about No, there's no scenario where a woman would get on Facebook like that woman got on. They would just go at each other.
Oh, you remember that?
Yeah. And I mean, it's one of those deals where anybody watching it's going to be one of the biggest trials if it goes to trial. You don't think
he's not going to trial?
I think he burns it all down. I think he holds everybody.
What are you going to? The judge not going to let you go up there and say, "Well, one night me and Brent Hazzard rolled around and threw paper out the window."
Let me ask you this: if they got you dead to rights, would you not try to burn it down on the way to the Parchment? If they got you, if you know that you get arrested tomorrow with say 20 keys in your car. And you're like, I'm just gonna make this a circus. Let's call Brent. Let's call David Archie. Let's call everybody I know.
Yeah. And then I know a lawyer. She good at that. I ain't gonna call her name, but every time she have a case, she wants to subpoena 200 people.
Well, that's not his lawyer.
No, I'm saying I know lawyers.
Oh yeah.
Subpoena people.
Oh look.
Well, Brent, who was the girl you had in New Orleans?
That's it. Jim Wade.
Polo say you was with so and so and so and so.
Jim Wade taught me this when I was up there working for him. The guy represented Robert Smith. Our job is to not prove guilt or not guilty. Our job is to make sure there's confusion and reasonable doubt.
That's right.
And he said, when we come to town, the circus is on its way. And if you want a show, and it's within the rules, and we're not going to lie, but like you said, I'm sitting here looking at you and go, well, Malcolm, you know some people in Hinds County, right? Or, Malcolm, were you in Polo's phone? Because let me go ahead and tell you this. I know who was in Polo's phone because I was with him for a second.
You was with him. Yeah, I was cool.
And he could make an interesting witness, and this is why I don't want Malcolm. Here's what you're missing. I want Malcolm Johnson to fight that subpoena. I want to have a hearing on that subpoena. I want it in the news that the judge wouldn't let Malcolm Johnson testify. And I want to trum all that water up.
Yeah, and then you want to overturn it to the Supreme Court.
No, not the Supreme Court. But before you get on that jury, Oh, Brent Hazzard didn't want to testify. Brent Hazzard didn't want to testify about that girl in New Orleans. I wonder who she was. I bet she was married. They were talking about a married woman.
Was she married?
No. Hell no. Let me go ahead and say this. Why, I never, and I'll tell you why.
Really? You was funny, man.
Alienation of affection.
Yeah.
The record verdict.
It would cost you a lot.
$2.7 million.
Yeah.
And depending on where you caught me in my career,
Yeah.
sometimes I have it and sometimes I don't. But you can't file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
You can't do any of that.
Well, pay it. Pay like your way.
And then more importantly, they get depositions. And I tell people all the time, I'm not being deposed on some stupid stuff.
Oh, my
Now, like
God.
I said, I've known some.
Yeah.
And I look.
We all know some.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I mean, people go, why are you still single at 50? Because most people either get arrested or go to rehab. That's who I date. I'm in therapy for it. But anyway, we're going to take this break. We'll come right back. We out of time, cousin.
Advertise on WeBelieve.global, a brand new digital media platform. Share your brand with our audience on our many global live stream TV broadcasts and over the radio. For more info, visit WeBelieve.global or call 800-492-5186, option 1. Do you have something to say? Do you want your voice heard? Join the WeBelieve.global lineup. Be the star of your own show. For more info, call 800-492-5186, option number 1, or visit online at WeBelieve.global.
This is the Brent Malcolm Show. I don't know what we've talked about enough about to get us indicted and hated, but for the last 10 minutes of the show, you gonna get my ass on the jury. You know that? I mean, are you gonna get my ass on the witness list, or I'm gonna get my own ass on the witness list? But everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
That's right.
But now let me go ahead and say this. One of the biggest things that came out, and we talked about this a little bit on WNPR, is that the federal government is basically taking over the city of Jackson Water. What's your opinion?
Well, shots out to the federal government for doing what the federal government should do. I would rather see the federal government come in and take over than the state, because if the state take over, it's going to be a black and white fight. If the federal government take over and try to get it, I believe that the people in the city would accept
they know Biden doesn't have a hidden agenda of any type of racial issue.
But it's the same thing, brother. We just got to talk about government.
Okay.
So it's government, but I'm going to say this right here. It's something wrong that the federal government takes the water. And I read that. You read the jambalaya, the opinion from it? Yeah. I mean, there was some stuff said about they met with the city, and the administration said, damn y'all, and they do a thing about nothing. Just kept going like they never said nothing.
Cousin, I've told you this on your show.
And you suing the city, right?
I originally sued one of my clients, is Reverend Jackson, and he and I, we sued in 20. Now, there's some big boys in town with Robert Gibbs named Leif Cabrazier. They're trying to do the Michigan case.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do, or what I filed originally, was who had defective water meters?
Yeah.
You know, because they get $90 million, but we don't get a refund.
Yeah.
2, how were they defective? 3, how were they fixed?
Yeah.
And they said the city won on a motion. I conceded it, and they said you had to go through administrative proceedings. You didn't do it. We got dismissed. I asked 3 times and had to serve the city water person personally, and she called me up and said, we don't have any hearing dates, and we won't have any.
Wow.
So I had to go back and refile, and now I'm asking the court for a restraining order on it. And here's the problem. You can't disconnect someone that disputes their bill, and everybody disputes their bill, because even if the water meters worked, even if all the bills, Are we getting charged for water we can't drink or use?
That's wrong.
Totally. But
That's robbery.
And that's exactly
That's like
what it
RS charging you for taxes on money.
That's it.
You never got.
That's it. And
that you never made.
And to be quite honest, I had talked to Walter Johnson, a prominent attorney, about being a special master. And I was trying to wait till the dust clears. I don't know if I need to sue the DOJ or sue the EPA now, because I don't even know who's running the water department right now. I mean, it came out today.
Yeah.
And they filed today.
Yeah.
And the EPA's involved.
And let me go back to Stokes.
Go ahead.
Because Stokes my guy.
Yeah.
Now you see last week when they had that meeting about that water, why Stokes didn't go to the meeting.
Look, man.
What the hell you going for? They going to take it anyway.
Let me go ahead and say this.
Yeah.
While you might not like the city council,
that's right.
or you might not agree with Kenny or
Aaron.
Banks,
Yeah.
Foot,
Varner.
You might not agree with them. They're the adults in the room.
Yeah.
And when they're like, whoa, we don't need to switch garbage contracts. Yeah. There's something more there. Yeah. And look, I think it's personally tied into $1 million missing in COVID money.
Yeah, and Kenny's bringing that up.
Yeah.
He's brought it up last week.
Well, he should, because there needs to be an investigation.
Because Keisha Sanders was fired. None was never said. The money's not been replaced. They can't find the money.
She lawyered up.
Yep, she lawyered up.
Her lawyer says, I'm not going to jail by myself.
That's right. And all of that. And so somebody need to be held accountable for something.
And everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Everybody's innocent. Even Polo. He's
totally.
But he's going to take the plea, though, so. He'll take the plea.
I think he's burning it down.
Wow. But I got to see, bro.
Well, let me ask you this: since we setting everything on fire.
Yeah, set it on fire. Boom.
Greta, what's her name?
Greta Bully.
Not Bully. What was her name? The woman who shot the homeless gentleman.
Greta Bully.
Yeah.
Yeah. Greta Brown Bully.
Should Polo get a 10-year suspended sentence or home, or what was the sentence?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
It was 10 years house arrest, I do believe. Now, that was a murder or manslaughter. She pled guilty to it, right?
Yeah.
Someone's gotten quiet over here. Someone's gotten quiet.
Yeah.
So if Polo got that deal, what would you do?
Well, number one, Polo killed someone in Clinton.
Okay.
Clinton ain't going.
Well, it's not going to be.
I understand, but Clinton not going. Clinton not going. The people they had on the stand, the way they explained the way the murder went, they explained it. The other case was a lot of this and that and all of the other stuff. So they didn't go on in Clinton. Clinton went there and got the evidence and locked everybody down and didn't move and got all their pictures and everything in place.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's what I expect his defense attorney, Tom Fortner. And if Tom,
you tell the truth.
If Tom,
do you think that with justice was served? Do you think he should get time? No time served.
Who? Greta or Polo?
Yeah.
Greta should have done time. Greta should have been incarcerated in a state penitentiary.
And you a former prosecutor.
I'll
you know
say
the law.
It. And look,
let me say this. I want to go in public and say this.
I'm friends of the Constable Brown.
Oh yeah, great guy.
And he's a great person. Has done tremendous amount of time. But no, you can't do that.
Yeah, but let me say this, and I want to go on record. He can give an opinion on that because you were educated in law and you're a prosecutor. I don't know nothing about law, and I never prosecuted a case, so I don't want to make an opinion. I'm going to stick to what I know about.
Well, let me say this.
Let me say, I'm paving the street out there on Center Road, me and Supervisor David Archer.
Yeah.
I can tell you about picking up trash, cleaning the ditches, and that kind of stuff. And Brent is the law guy, so Brent, you give an opinion.
No, I'll go ahead and tell you this.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell you.
There was not any direct contact made with me, but I know I could represent Polo, or I could be on the team.
Yeah.
I can hang. I still say right now that he won't be convicted. And I can still say
you say he won't be convicted.
I can say I can hang that jury up. I can say I can hang that jury up with the woman having a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
With it being a love triangle, and with who I know is on that list and the circus I would bring, I can hang that jury. Now, let me tell you this. I knew Robert Davis. Robert Davis was a hell of a man.
I knew him as a child. We went to Walton Elementary together, burning the dish.
Robert Davis.
My sister and his aunt run together right now.
And I don't know his family.
Yeah, I know him off Main Street.
But when I saw his parents talk about, they told that Mr. Davis not to hang around that woman, and they were talking about how...
You put them on the stand, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, but here's my problem. My problem is, and this is why I don't do a lot of criminal law, and this is why I was a prosecutor. I got to sleep at night.
Yeah.
And at some point, whatever we think about all the individuals, ain't no angels in this group. Miss Davis ain't gonna be able to hug her boy, and you don't have a right to take that from somebody. And you know, and that's what I'm talking about. If you put someone, you bury somebody, hey man, you got to go. That's the way I was brought up. There's rules to the game, and if you're about that life, that's a different set of rules.
Yeah.
But when you taking even though he's 40-something years old, you taking the Davises are never going to hug their son again.
Yeah.
And
guess what? I was in the courtroom when the detective said.
How many
Shallow say? Hold on, listen.
Go ahead.
That 6 or 7, I think she said 6 shots were fired.
Yeah.
And when she walked around the corner, that Polo was standing over Robert Davis and said, "Mother, boom." If Bucker, I don't want to curse, and shot him again, and the gun was.
Oh no! Well, and that's why
close range in the body. I don't want to say the neck or the head because I didn't get that part.
But I mean, now
that's what they say. She will testify during the trial.
Yeah.
That she witnessed 3 fatal shots after she believed he was already dead.
But if she testifies, they're going to be able to cross-examine her on that manslaughter charge.
Yeah, and Tom Fortner, one of the best.
Oh, Tom Fortner.
He done walked some guys. I know some guys. He walked through that brother. I got some friends back years ago. Woo! Like a 747.
And for those who do not know, Tom Fortner was Hines County Public Defender
for a long time.
15 years
before he went to Phoenix, Arizona, and won big cases.
And then
he don't need no money. He like you, Brett. He just like serving.
Yeah. The thing
he like
about
defending like you like prosecuting.
Yeah.
Cause you want to put everybody in jail.
Why not?
He's black. Put him in jail.
Wow. But the thing about it, he gonna do me like that. I'm gonna shoot a black man for so far on the show.
We joking now.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot a black man for sleeping with my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm putting all black people in jail.
No, I'm just joking.
They'll be
Brett is nothing like that. Every time I talk to Brett off the radio, off this platform, he's always want to help someone, seeing what can he do privately, quietly, to try to make a difference in the community for other people. He's not about trying to take advantage of people.
Well, but the issue is we're going to talk about this case when it comes up in the news.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's going to be one of the more popular cases. Yes, but we're not going to try to... Look.
Did you see Pickett last night?
No.
He was on TV last night.
Talking about this?
He said that Polo befriended him or something. It's all in the paper. Read WLBT.
Well, I mean, it's a Polo and Pickett show. It was done right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had the Polo and Pickett show here. And then they had the Polo and Pickett show on WNPR.
Sure did. I forgot.
Yeah, so I mean, here's my question. If I was driving your truck down to New Orleans, would I be hit with accessory?
Well, you and me driving mine down there, you in the love triangle, bro. We've been having some talking going, bro.
Closet. You don't know how many times.
Bro, I never did that friendship driving my car.
Hell no.
My dad told me, he said, son, you don't share your car, your bed, and your woman.
No. Let me tell you something. We'll leave on this because we're running out of time. Some of the Jenkins boys and I were in a car, and if you know Greenville, there's the north side and then the south side, and everybody kind of lives out in the south, but some affluent people live up in the north, and my grandparents did. And I got in with the Jenkins boys, and it was another cat I kind of knew about, but I was like, where are we riding? And we was just riding around town.
Yeah.
And they were like, Chris got sentenced today. I said, what do you mean he got sentenced? Well, he has to report to juvie Monday. And I said, okay. And he's back there with tape and a shoebox.
Wow.
And he goes, and I told that damn judge if he sent me to jail, he's going to blow his house up.
Oh, shit.
And I turned to him, I said, you did what? I'm going to blow the judge's house up. I looked at him and said, stop this car. And we were in the middle of nowhere. Stop this car right now. And they're like, what? I will fight everyone in here if you stop that car right now. I got out that car, walked half a mile to a gas station.
Wow.
Looked at the gas station attendant, said, ma'am, what time is it? Called Mimi up. My grandmother came and got me. She goes, do I even want to know? No, ma'am.
One quick question.
Go ahead.
You know.
Well, hey, let me finish the story.
The
judges had the boys waiting on the idiot.
Oh,
idiot got out the car, and they all got arrested.
That's what I won that show.
Yeah.
Tell the whole story.
That was the whole story.
Oh, that was all
You
right.
can't threaten a judge in open court.
No.
I'm going to blow him
This is my
up.
question. There's 2 races today. And now we're running out of time. That's why I try to
Go
get in
ahead.
there. There's 2 races. What's your predicament? in the
right now with the low turnout, anything can happen. But the low turnout on circuit, I'm going to say Deborah Gibbs. Even though I love Wendy Wilson, I think she did a great campaign.
Yeah.
And on Chancery, I'm going to have to go with the leader again, Demetrius Hodges, because of low turnout. Yours?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll follow you.
And I thought Gayla Sanders, who I got the name right, I thought she was a very impressive candidate.
Yeah, she's very classy. Very classy. Ran the clean campaign.
I wouldn't be shocked.
Since you took Hodges, I'll take Sanders. And then we ride together on Gibbs, because Gibbs is a horse in that district.
Chancery Court.
She's in her district. And the other race there, they live in other districts.
Chancery Court, Gayla got Mike Espy's endorsement.
Yeah. Robert Johnson.
Got some
President of Beverly Hogan.
Got some impressive people.
Yeah, several big
Both of them, Ms. Hodges and Ms. Sanders, made great impressions. Here's the issue, though. The rain and the low turnout, anything could happen.
Yeah, but the white vote, your people did not vote today.
Why they got to be my people?
Well, they're your people.
Okay.
I'm talking about the Tennon Road, the Republican boxes in North Hinds County.
They didn't vote the first time.
Yeah, lie. They were trying to get Benny out because he lost those boxes.
Well,
so your people was trying to get Benny out.
Votes.
Yeah,
in the
well, not overall, but they had like 500 or 600 votes, 600, 700, 800 votes in the primary. Not primary, in the first round before the runoff.
Is Northeast Jackson in Benny's box?
Yeah, Benny's almost all Hinds County.
Because I think I had.
What I'm talking about,
I didn't have Benny on.
Where the Republican people live in Hinds County, he lost those. He lost Brownsville. He lost Tennon Road, St. Paul area out there.
I'm over there by county line. I think that's Michael Guest.
Yeah, I think Guest on that end. Yeah, on that edge end up there. Yeah. And
hanging out.
So we want to say that I'm
about to move out to get some clean.
What you got going on in the morning? What's going on tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow, I don't know. We'll just be talking about stuff. I think Richie might be dropping by. So
oh, wow.
The legend might be back. But anyway.
The legendary Richard Schwartz may be on 90.1 in the morning with Brent. That's going to be exciting.
Maybe. I don't know. Richie.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Be tuned in at 8 o'clock, right?
We got to get you back on. But yes, sir, 8 o'clock.
I enjoyed you last week.
No, we had a good time. But we'll get you back on soon. But until I think Richie's going to start dropping by a little bit more.
Great. That's great.
But anyway, it's Brent Hazzard, Malcolm Johnson. We'll be back next week.
Thank you.